Hey girls, I wanted to make a little troubleshooting video. Hopefully this will answer a lot of the questions that some of you have. I've kind of written down some of the ones that I've received more than once. I do want to start out by letting you know that it took me a few months before my lip color really started lasting a full 12 hours, 18 hours, 24 hours. It didn't happen overnight. At first my lips were really damaged. They had a lot of wax. They weren't used to being moisturized. They weren't used to holding color. And so it took a few months for them to just get to that point. So don't give up, stick with it, and it will get better. So let's see, the first one, well, first of all, I just had to ditch my chapstick and all my other lipsticks because they all had wax in them. And so when I continued to use them, that just prolonged the process of exfoliation and it dried them out and it just wasn't helping. It was actually hindering the process. So I finally ditched all of those. And what was happening is the wax was coating my lips and then the lip color was bonding to the wax and not my lips. And so then when the wax would peel off, my color would peel off. And so we'll get to that. That'll be one of these points. So one question, your color's clumping. If your color's clumping, it's possible that you're not shaking your tube well enough. So give it a good shake, like 10 seconds, just to see what happens. Because what happens is the color will settle, and if you don't shake it to distribute it evenly, you can actually put on clumps of color, and then those are clumpy and they'll peel off. So make sure that you're shaking really, really well. If your color is feeling thick or cakey, then it's possible that your layers need to be thinner. So after you shake, I like to just really scrape off all excess product before I apply. That way I'm putting on really, really thin layers. Also, try not to do more than 3 layers. You know, if you do your 3 layers and you have a little spot that needs a touch up, that's fine. But I know some women are putting 4 or 5 layers on thinking that's going to help it last longer. And actually, it's kind of hindering it because if you get it too thick, it's kind of like paint. If you paint too thick, it's going to peel off. So try not to do that. If your lips are cracking or peeling, then you're probably still in the exfoliation process. If your lips are starting to peel after 6 hours, that's because the color has bonded to the dead skin or the wax that's on your lips and it's peeling off. The good news is it's making your lips healthier. The exfoliation process is getting rid of that dead skin, that wax buildup, and it's nourishing your lips, hydrating your lips, and making them healthier. So to expedite that process, gloss more often. Sleep in your gloss. Gloss a little more through the day. Exfoliate at night. If you can exfoliate your lips, that will help speed it up. You can use a sugar scrub. I've got some that are wonderful. You can make one, I think, with sugar and coconut oil, and just put that on your lips. Exfoliate your lips. Also, before you apply, really make sure that you're scrubbing any dead skin, any little flakes, any makeup that's fallen, all of that. So I get a little cloth that's like a microfiber cloth, get it wet, and I just really scrub on my lips and just get off, just yesterday's gunk. So make sure you're doing that. That will really help. That way, the color's not bonding to the dead skin, it's bonding to your lips. Let's see. So while you're going through the process, do that exfoliation nightly until you're finished exfoliating, and then you can do it once or twice a week with a sugar scrub. But before you apply every time, scrub any dead skin and little balls and flakes that you have. Make sure you're moisturizing. That will help speed up the exfoliation process exponentially. You can use your gloss. You can use a balm. We have a wonderful balm, but it's still out of stock. So any type of lip balm that doesn't have wax, or what I love and what I've been using is the volumizer. We have our lip volumizer. Helps your lips to hold the hydration, and it plumps them up, and it pushes out those wrinkles, and it's really, really moisturizing. So I sleep in the volumizer, and then a lot of times I'll put it on in the morning while I'm getting ready, and then clean it off when I clean my lips and put my color on. Another big one, and we all need to do this summer, is stay hydrated. If you're more hydrated, your lips will be more hydrated and they'll look better, and it will help speed up your exfoliation. So one question I get, waterline. Um, Something that's naturally going to happen is your waterline, your saliva, right there, is going to break down your color faster than the rest of your lip. There are a few things that you can do to help. So when you're cleaning and drying your lips beforehand, focus on that waterline. Clean your waterline, and then looks silly, but I take a towel and I really dry that waterline and kind of hold my lips open before I apply to keep it dry, because that moisture is going to hinder the process of your lip, of the color sealing to your lip. So the drier you can get your waterline, the better. And then when you do your color, do your swipe and then go back and swipe on your waterline. So do your swipe and then go in and swipe that waterline and put your color there, and that will help it to last. Let's see. Don't lick your lips excessively or rub them together excessively. I know kind of when we think our color's rubbing off, we're glossing all the time and rubbing our lips around, and that actually is going to break down the color faster. So try not to do that excessively. And then you know what? Sometimes if I have a really bold color on and I've had a really greasy lunch and I've been busy and I haven't had time to gloss as often as I should, sometimes I'll just reapply, touch up my waterline in the middle of the afternoon if I've had it on already for 10 hours or whatever afternoon puts me. So just take your color, dry your waterline, kind of clean your lips a little bit before you put it on, but just put a little swipe on your waterline. If it's looking uneven, put another swipe across your whole lips to blend it in, but that will get you through the rest of the day. And you won't have to do that all the time. I don't do it, maybe once every 2 months, not very often. Is it necessary for me to do that? Let's see, dry lips, we kind of talked about. Don't use your chapstick. It's not helping in this situation. Use your gloss, use a moisturizing balm to heal your lips. Also, if your lips are dry, let's talk about how you're cleaning and how you are removing the color. I know a lot of people recommend witch hazel. I recommend witch hazel in the beginning, but if you're using witch hazel to clean and remove every day, that can be really drying. And some other methods of removal can be really drying. So we can talk about maybe that could be causing your dry lips. Speaking of removal, I have found my new kind of favorite. So I take Oops, at night right before I wash my face, or sometimes in the morning if I've been lazy. Take the Oops, put it on, let it kind of sit there, rub it in, and then I take my makeup remover, remove my eye makeup, squirt a little more, rub it on my lips, and it comes right off, and it's so gentle. This has been the best way that I have found to remove. I would assume any makeup remover will do. This one's fantastic. Let me know if you need some. I really like that. Let's see. So make sure that you're glossing some throughout the day. Again, in the beginning, you're going to be glossing a lot more often. Right now, I probably gloss, 4 times a day, maybe. Just depends, if my lips are feeling drier, or because I hydrate with Dr. Pepper, so my lips probably are not as hydrated as they should be. Let's see. So gloss before you eat. So one, it's going to help it's going to help seal the color, and it's going to protect it from things like grease and oil and acidic foods that are going to break down your color. So gloss before you eat, and that will help the longevity of your color. Let's see. If you have patchiness, that could be maybe you're going back and forth. You might not really realize it, but make sure you just press and glide. Press and glide. And then on the bottom, you're going all the way across. Make sure you're going the same direction each time. Try not to go this direction one way and then this direction the other way. Staying consistent will give you a much smoother look. Patchiness also sometimes you're not letting your color dry enough in between layers, especially some of our mattes. Some of the thicker mattes, Apple Cider, First Love, Bravo, Bella, Mulled Wine. Those are some really thick mattes, and they're beautiful colors and they're wonderful, but they need to be applied with really thin layers, and they need extra dry time sometimes. So you're not letting them totally dry, or you're going back and forth. It's kind of like paint. If you try to go over it like on your nails again, it's patchy and it sticks. So try to do that. Let's see. Another thing with patchiness, sometimes the first time I open a tube, the first time I use a color, the wand, for just some reason, isn't quite as saturated as it should be. So what I'll do is I'll really press the wand against the side, and I'll really get that color on there. And then a lot of times, especially with shimmers, for some reason, I won't scrape all the product off. I'll just do a little bit. I'll leave a little more product on there to really let it soak in. That's usually just for the first time I've opened a tube. So that's when I usually can see some patchiness, and so that's really helped a lot. If you are seeing lines, kind of looks like wrinkles in your lips, one, the volumizer can help plump them and alleviate some of those wrinkles. But also, if you keep your lips stretched in between layers, that will keep them. If you keep them taut, then there won't be a place for them to settle and make those lines more obvious. So, put your lipstick on, kind of do that, because you'll look really cool. That's exactly when my husband loves to come in and ask questions, and my kids think it's really funny. Just keep your lips stretched while you're applying, and then in between, and then they won't be able to settle like that. A few of you are concerned that the gloss is too shiny. You're not gloss people, and that's okay. So what you're gonna do, put your gloss on, let it sit 2-3 minutes, let it really soak in, and then just take a tissue and kind of blot it off. On me, it soaks in naturally 20 minutes later anyway, but if the gloss is kind of what's holding you back, then you can just do that. Or we can talk about some matte gloss. Even with matte gloss, I still kind of recommend starting your morning off with glossy first, let it soak in, and then you can put the matte over it. Let's see, I think that's all my questions. So if you have any more questions, comment below, and I will help you out, or PM me, or send me a text. Yeah, I think that's all I have for tonight. So I hope this is helpful for some of you. Yeah, talk to you later, guys. Bye.